Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself and my partner. I'm Indi Widiawati and my partner is Dewi Karatika. In this opportunity, we would like to present about developing service product and brands. The table of contents. First, we will explain to you about components of service product. Second, flower of service. Third, branding strategies for service. Fourth, tiering service product with branding. And the last one, in building brand acuity. What do you mean by a service product? A service product comprises of the elements of the service, performance, both physical and intangible, that create value for consumer. How should you go about designing a service product? Experience service marketers recognize the need to take a holistic view of the entry performance that they want consumer to experience. The value proposition must address and integrate three components. First, core product, second, supplementary service, and third, delivery process. Core product. The core product is what the consumer is fundamentally buying. When buying a one-night stay in a hotel, the core service in accommodation and security. When paying to have a package delivery, the core service is for the package to arrive at the correct address on time and undamaged. In short, a core product is the central component supplying the principal benefit and central component and and solution the consumer seek. The core product is the main component that supplies is the side experience or the problem solving benefit that consumer are looking for. Second, supplementary service delivery of the core product is usually accommodation by a variety of other service-related activities we refer to collectively and supplementary service, which are augment the core product, both taking its use and enhancing its value. Core product tends to become commoditized as industry matures and competition increases, so that a search for competitive advantage often emphasizes supplementary service, which can play an important role in differentiating and positioning the core product against competition therapies. Uh, Delivery process. The third component is designing a service concept center. The process used to deliver both the core product and each of the supplementary service. The segment of the service offering must address the following issue. Uh, First, how the different service components are delivered to the consumers. Second, the nature of the consumer role in those process. Third, how long delivery lasts. And four, the prescribed level and style of service to be offered. And then my partner will explain.
The flower of service consists of the core service and a range of supplementary service. There are potentially dozens of different supplementary services, but almost all of them can be classified into one of the following 8 clusters, which are identified as either facilitating or enhancing. 1. Facilitating supplementary services are required for either service delivery or aiding in the use of the core product. And second, enhancing supplementary service add extra value and appeal for customers. For example, consultation and hospitality can be very important supplementary service in a healthcare context. Facilitating some supplementary service. 1. Information. To obtain full value from any good or service, customers need relevant information. Information includes the following: direction to service site, schedules or service hours, price information, terms and conditions of sale or service, advice on how to get the most value from a service, warnings and advice on how to avoid problems, confirmation of reservation, receipt and tickets, notification of change, summaries of account activities. To, to our second, order taking. When customers are ready to buy, a key supplementary element comes into play: order taking. Order taking includes 1. Order entry, one side order entry, mail or telephone or mail or online or mobile application order, and then reservation or check-ins, seats or tables or rooms, facilities or equipment rental, professional appointment. Third, application, membership in club or program, subscription service, enrollment-based service. Third, billing. Billing is common to most of service, unless the service is provided free of charge. Inaccurate, illegible, or incomplete bills risk disappointing customers who may, up to that point, have been quite satisfied with their experience. If customers are already dissatisfied, the billing mistake may make them even angrier. Billing should also be timely because it encourages people to make faster payment. Billing can be periodic statements or of account activity, invoice for individual transaction, verbal statements of amount due, online or machine display of amount due for self-payment transaction. For payment, in most cases, a bill requires the customer to take action on payment, and such action may be very slow in coming. Exceptions include bank statements and other direct debit payment service, which cause the charge to be deducted from a customer's account. A variety of payment options exist, but customers expect them to be easy to use and convenient. They include: 1. Self-service, inserting card, cash, or token into machine, electronic funds transfer, mailing a check, entering credit card information online, online payment systems such as PayPal, Google Wallet, or Bitcoins. And then direct to pay or intermediary, cash handling or change giving, check handling, credit or charge or debit card handling, coupon redemption. And last, automatic deduction from financial deposit. Automated system, machine readable tickets that operate integrate, pre-arranged automatic deduction for bill payment through direct debit. Enhancing supplementary service. 1. Consultation. Now we move on to enhancing supplementary service. Led by consultation, in contrast to information, which suggests a simple response to customers' question or print information that anticipates their needs. Consultation involves a dialogue to probe for customer requirements and then develop a tailored solution. And it's simple. consultation consists of advice from a knowledgeable. Effective consultation requires us understanding of each customer's current situation before suggesting a suitable course of action. Example of consultation include customized advice, personal counseling, tutoring or training in service use, management or technical consulting. Second, counseling represent a more suitable approach to consultation because it involves helping customers to better understand their situation so they can come up with their own solution and action programs. This approach can be a particularly valuable supplement to services such as health treatments, in which part of the challenge is to get customers to make significant lifestyle change and live healthily. Third, hospitality-related service should ideally reflect pleasure at meeting new customers and greeting old ones when they return. Well-managed business try, at least in small ways, to ensure that their employees treat customer as guests. Courtesy and consideration for customer needs apply to both face-to-face encounters and telephone interaction. Hospitality elements include greeting, food and beverage, toilet and washroom, waiting facilities and amenities, lounge, waiting area, seatings, weather protection, magazines, entertainment, newspaper, and transport. 4. Safekeeping. When customers are visiting a service site, they often want assistance with their personal possessions. In fact, some customers may not visit at all unless certain safekeeping services are provided, such as safe and convenient parking for their cars. Safekeeping includes caring for childcare, pet care, parking for vehicle, valet parking, court rooms, baggage handling, storage space, safe deposit box, and security personnel. 5. Exception. Exception involve supplementary service that fall outside the routine of normal service delivery. Astute business anticipate such exception and develop contingency plans and guidelines in advance. That way, employees will not appear helpless and unprepared when customers ask for special assistance. Well-defined procedures make it easier for employees to respond promptly and effectively. Here are several types of exception. 1. Special request, problem solving, handling of complaint or suggestion or compliments, and restitution. Third, branding strategies for service. Branded house. The term branded house is used to describe a company, such as the Virgin Group, that applies its brand name to multiple offerings in often unrelated fields. Virgin's core business areas are travel, entertainment, and lifestyle, but it also offers financial service, healthcare, media, and telecommunication service. The danger of such a branding strategy is that the brand gets overstretched and weakened. Next, sub-brands. Next on the spectrum are sub-brands, for which the corporate or the master brand is the main reference point, but the product itself has a distinctive name too. Examples are the Singapore Airlines Raffles class, denoting the company's business class, and the Singapore Airlines Suites, its beyond first class service on the A380. Endorsed brand. For endorsed brand, the product brand dominates, but the corporate name is still featured. Many hotel companies use this approach. They offer a family of sub-brands and or endorsed brand, house of brands. At the far end of the spectrum is the house of brands strategy. A good service example is Yum Brands Inc. Yum. Fourth, tiering service product with branding. In a number of service industries, In a number of service industry, branding is not only used to differentiate core service, but also to clearly differentiate service levels. This is known as service tiering. It is common in industries such as hotels, airlines, car rentals, and computer hardware and software support. Other examples of tiering include healthcare, insurance, cable television, and credit cards. Um, In the airline industry, individual carriers decide what levels of performance should be included with each class of service. Innovative carriers such as British Airways and Virgin Atlantic are continually trying to add new service features like business class seats that unfold flat into beds for overnight travel. In other industry, tiering often reflects an individual firm's strategy of building service elements into a limited number of packages, each priced separately. In other industry, tiering often reflects an individual firm's strategy of bundling service elements into a limited number of packages rather than offering a broad a la carte menu of options, each priced separately. 5. Building brand equity. To build a strong brand, we need to understand what contributes to brand equity. Brand equity is the value premium that comes with a brand. It is what customers are willing to pay for the service, beyond what they are willing to pay for a similar service that has no brand. First, company presented brand, mainly through advertising, service facilities, and personnel. Second, external brand communication, from word of mouth and publicity. These are outside of the firm's control. Third, customer experience with the company. What the customer has gone through when they patronize the company. Fourth, brand awareness. The ability to recognize and recall a brand when provided with a cue. Fifth, brand meaning. What comes to the customer's mind when a brand is mentioned. Sixth, brand equity. The degree of marketing advantage that a brand has over its competition. However, it is the customer's actual experience with the brand, or the moments of truth, which are more powerful in building brand equity. Firms need to focus on customers, deliver great experiences, and create an emotional connection with their customers. From our discussion, we can conclude that a service product comprises all the elements of the service performance that create value for the customer, and it consists of a core product bundled with a variety of supplementary service elements and their delivery process. In mature industries where the core service tends to become commoditized, the search for competitive advantage often centers on creating new supplementary service or significantly improving the performance on existing ones. Another important differentiator can be the way the product is delivered, that is, the service delivery processes. It is not the outcome of a service delivery, but the way this outcome is achieved that often differentiates one service provider from another. Designing a service product is a complex task that requires an understanding of how the core and supplementary service should be combined, sequenced, delivered, and branded to create a value. That's all. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.